This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I am back with another video. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. In this presentation today, I'm going to be explaining to you why your identity shifting process, why changing your life feels so lonely, and the reason why people around you can't even relate to that. And with that being said, it's time to demonstrate. I've talked to a few of you already, and one thing that I've noticed on our conversations is that we can both relate in terms of not being able to relate to anybody around us. You see, because one thing that I know right now, you feel as if you're on your own in this identity shifting process. And deep down, you really are, because it's a personal journey. But the beautiful thing about it is the way that you perceive it can really make you change the way that you feel right now. So let me go ahead and explain a little further and make it make sense. But one thing that I do know is that nobody in your city, workplace, school, wherever you are, can relate to your ambition. It seems like a lot of people aren't as ambitious to change as you are. A lot of people aren't willing to do what it takes like you are. A lot of people haven't had enough like you have, right? Matter of fact, when you bring up self-improvement and becoming a better version of yourself, it seems like, they cannot relate. It seems like it goes one ear out of the other. And sometimes they make you feel like you're doing too much, or who do you think you are, almost kind of attitude. And in a way, you could feel like they are really trying to put you down onto their level. Seems like you almost have to dumb yourself down or hide the fact that you even want to shift your identity or be a better version of yourself, because you feel like it might be too much for people to handle. I really can relate to that in my personal life, and I know that's what you're dealing with. And I really want to give you the honest truth. And the reality is that, you're tired of your current situation while they're comfortable with their current situation. That's the truth. The reason why you feel that way, and that I know this is what you're dealing with, is because a lot of people that you're interacting with, they're comfortable where they're at. Remember, you were comfortable too. I was at one point in my life, but then I was like, you know what? I have to make a change. I'm here for more. I want to realize my potential. I really want to strive and not regret. But they don't have those same thoughts that you and I have. And that's the reason why you feel isolated, right? Because it really takes somebody with courage and ambition like you to really make a change in your life. It's easier said than done. And people, honestly, lies these days sound way better than the truth. And the thing is, the reason why the truth hurts for so many people is because they've been sold a lie for so long. Let me say that again. The reason why the truth hurts for most people is because they've been sold a lie, right? Being comfortable is a lie. Striving for excellence is the truth. And I'm going to break down why that is. And it's not your fault that it's this way. We've been brought up to be complacent and not strive for constant evolution. So when somebody like you steps up to the plate, right, and wants to make that change, a lot of people can't really process that, because that's not the reality that they've been brought up to strive for. They've been, strive to conform and be complacent, right? And look at where they are at today. They're not happy. A lot of people are not happy with their current situations, but yet, they want to stay there because that's all they know. You see, it gets pretty deep, but let me ask you something. Have you noticed that when you make progress towards something bigger than yourself, it's painful? Yes, it sucks, it might hurt, but it's very rewarding. You never regret it. Really think about it. Whenever you decided to eat healthier, sleep better, take care of your health, take care of your wealth, take care of your relationships, have you regretted that? No. But we can both agree that it's probably painful, that it's something that you don't really feel like doing. But it's always very rewarding when it's all said and done. You look back and say, man, I really did that. I really made progress. But on the other hand, haven't you noticed when you live with no aim or purpose that you feel lost, you feel confused, and you even feel depressed? Even the delicious foods, those, honey buns and Big Macs, whatever it is that you're eating, those vices, drinking, doing whatever it is, entertainment, Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, all of those things cannot fill that void in your heart, but they feel so good. But why is it that something can feel so good and it makes you feel lost, confused? It still makes you feel like you have a void in your heart, but it feels so good, right? Well, the truth is, a lot of those things are not eternal. A lot of those things don't last. Your self improvement is eternal, it's timeless. It's something that can never be taken away from you, right? You realize deep down that realizing your potential and living the life you desire cannot compare to anything else. You realize that it's always fulfilling for you to strive for excellence, right? It's a never ending process. It's perpetual. It's timeless. You realize you've been made for more in life. You realize you're the only one in your family that will break the yokes and generational curses that subjugated your bloodline. You know that's what you've been sent here for. You know that's what you're living for. You realize it's a mission of yours to give back to yourself, and in doing so, you give back to the world. Because whenever you change yourself, you can change somebody else. You realize you want to control your mind and your destiny. You realize you want to put matters into your own hands this time, right? And I want you to remember, as you shift your identity, the truth is that it's hard to find other people that can relate. But we're out here. We're spread all over the world, but we're here. If you set the intention, you can find us. You know, you found this video. You found the Continence Club. I've even probably spoken to you already, right? You've probably reached out. I've reached out as well. And we've talked. So I understand. And I want to let you know that this is okay, because there are others who can relate to you, just like me and just like all of us here in the Continence Club. Other people, wherever else you hang out at online, there are people who can relate to you, even if it's not in the physical location. You just have to set the intention to find and connect with them, and you will. And I want you to stay strong, because once you fully make the shift and you constantly becoming a better version of yourself, you will encounter people who support you. Trust me. You know, just by talking to you, you've probably reached out, and you're one of those people. I'm one of those people for you. You're one of those people for me. This will be your new set of friends moving forward, right? So remember this as you bridge the gap from your current situation and your identity, right? You feel lost right now, but trust me, you will find what you're looking for. Please don't be discouraged. We all have been called, but if you have been chosen to walk this path, you chose to walk the path of identity shifting, to become a new version of yourself, to attract your desired situation, while a lot of other people don't want to do that or aren't ready for that. Many people around you are not ready to do what it takes to become a new version of themselves, and that's okay. That's okay. Let them walk their path. They're going to realize it one day. Because whenever you decide to become a new version of yourself, that means you have to take accountability. And trust me, a lot of people aren't ready to take accountability. I wasn't at one point in my life. I knew what it came with. But then again, enough was enough for me, and I decided to make that shift and be accountable, because that's what really gave me happiness in life. When I was accountable, kept my word, did what I was supposed to do, right? Fulfilled my purpose in whatever that I'm doing. You know, I've realized this, and I'm sure you're realizing it now, that you already are seeking to be in alignment. So everyone is on a different path, and at some point we all come to our senses. Just like you and I, there comes a point where enough is enough, and I've had enough. And all my focus on in life is to be the best version of myself, and to give back to the world and do what I feel like I'm here to do. And that's what I'm going to do. I promise you that. You know, you can create your reality, and by all means strive for that. You know, I'm here to encourage you. Strive for that, even if it makes you feel like an outcast. Trust me, you will be surrounded by those who uplift you and support you in a matter of time. So again, strive to connect with God. Strive to shift your identity at all costs. Strive for constant self-improvement and excellence. Strive to realize your potential. Strive to honor yourself and keep your word. Strive to break those vices and generational curses. Strive to set a high standard in all that you do. Strive to be confident and believe in yourself. Strive to make better decisions. Strive for long-lasting fulfillment. Strive to not regret, because I promise you, you will be happy about the fact that you gave this a shot rather than not trying at all. And the biggest pain I feel in life is that pain of regret. So with that being said, it's time to come alive. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you watched up to this point, I appreciate you. Reach out to me if you feel lonely in your email. Let's set up some time to talk. I know you've seen it in my post. All I literally want to do is make sure I hear you out, your experience, so I can make videos that can relate to you. So if that's something you want to do, you know, reach out. Shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. I'll see you on the other side. Keep going.